Yeah, just give me a thumbs up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Red Army. We first of all want to appreciate everyone that has been supporting us. It's another episode. This is episode 4 of the 24-hour podcast. Our podcast that comes to you on a daily basis. We can discuss the latest information, especially about with me tonight. I have some on my left. Mheshimiwa Kamunya, how are you, sir?
Your mic has a problem. Your mic has a problem, I think. Mic yako ni kama
Okay.
iko na shida.
Haunisikii vizuri?
Now you can go. Now you are good. You're good to go now.
Yes, I'm just saying, first of all, I was welcoming you. Mheshimiwa Kamunya, say hi to the people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I greet everybody wherever you are, and I'm ready for this conversation. Thank you so much.
Just below me, I also want to welcome Honorable Ndipa. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa James Ndipa, karibu sana.
Asante sana viongozi. Tuko live. Nataka kusalimia kila mmoja ambaye yuko kwa hewa.
Yes, sir.
Habari yenu? Haya.
Last but not least, we also have Wakili, hapo chini Wakili. Say hi Wakili to the people.
Yes, asante sana Mheshimiwa Luta, na thank you so much to the viewers for tuning in. Songe mbele pamoja.
Let me just go straight into the conversation because we want to make it very short but very sweet. Today, Kenya Kwanza Coalition, led by William Ruto, had a parliamentary group meeting held at State House. And one of the resolutions of the parliamentary group meeting was selecting the committee which will face Azimio la Umoja in the ongoing talks. But one of the things that has caught my attention, even after this committee has been formed, that Kenya Kwanza, despite UDA claiming that UDA is a Mount Kenya party, none of the MPs that
Unmute.
the problem with my mic is, but poleni sana. I just want to pose a question to you guys. What is the stake of Mount Kenya in the UDA party after the exclusion from the nationwide dialogue? Kamunya, let's start with you, sir.
Thank you so much for the chance to give a word or two. I think I will be short because if you look at today's happenings, it is just a confirmation. It is just a confirmation that whatever we are as Mount Kenya is really threatened. A quick interruption. I can see there is a member who has joined us. So maybe
very well, welcome.
You could give him a chance to say hi, then I continue.
The new member, Kamunya, I don't know.
How are you doing?
Particularly, I'm not. Karibu sana, karibu sana.
I hope there will not be echo today. My earphones are not working properly. But it is good to see you all. I can see Wakili in the house. I can see Ndiba in the house. I can see Jeff Luta, who doesn't loot, in the house. Kamunya, who is always munyaring. Kamunya, who munyas the lies of Gachagua, is in the house. Good to see you guys.
See you
Yeah.
too, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yes, yes. Sorry, I'm late.
Thank you. So, thank you so much. So, as I was saying, the selection of the negotiation committee by the Kenya Kwanza administration is just a confirmation that in Mount Kenya, UDA is not actually considering Mount Kenya as an important component going forward. You realize, for example, this comes after the Secretary General of UDA, who used to hail from Mount Kenya, Madam Veronica Maina, was ousted just the other day. So what does this show? This one is a pattern. If you look at UDA, you'll see that, for example, the leadership of UDA doesn't give any, I don't want to use a bad word, but they don't actually consider Mount Kenya at all. You look at the chairman is Johnston Muthama. The party leader is none other but William Ruto. The Secretary General, right now we are speaking, it is Marara. So you look at this and you see this started just slowly. It is now gaining pace. Today, if you look at the composition of the committee, you'll find that we have two people from the Western region. We have Senator Bonnie Harware, who hails from Kakamega. We also have a nominated senator there, Okenyuri someone. So this shows you now that the focus is no longer in the mountain. And if the mountain is waiting to see something else, then I think this is something that this is actually, hii ndio kitu sasa wanafaa kuangalia waone UDA haina mpango wao kuelekea mbele kwa chaguzi ambazo zinakuja. Kwa hivyo mimi hata sina mengi. Actually, this one now comes out very clearly. It also shows kwamba the UDA or the Kenya Kwanza coalition actually does not care about these talks. Because if you look at the people who have been selected, you look at the composition of the legislatures there, you'll see nobody who is serious in serious negotiations. So what we are about to see...
Hold your thoughts, Mheshimiwa Kamunya. Hold your thoughts on that one. Let me bring in Mheshimiwa Ndiba. Mheshimiwa Ndiba, please give us your views on this matter of the selection committee. Why was the exclusion? Why was Mount Kenya exclusively excluded by UDA? Because the UDA regime and the UDA brigades have always told us that UDA is a Mount Kenya party. Gachagua and his lieutenants have been excluded from these talks. What does that show? Mheshimiwa Ndiba, the floor is yours.
Luther, we have a big problem in Mount Kenya. We have a big problem in Mount Kenya because tuliuziwa inaitwa uongo mara mingi sana. We've been told that UDA is a party for Mount Kenya people. But today it comes clearly that sisi si watu wa UDA. Mount Kenya wamewekwa kando kabisa. And I like that. By the way, ninafurahia sana because we've been telling people waache kuuziwa, kudanganywa, and they refused. The party leader, the chairman wa UDA was Johnston Muthama. The party leader is deputy president. Yeah? You know the deputy president of this country is William Samoei Ruto. He's the deputy.
Yes.
He is the deputy president. He's the DP. Even today, I met somebody from UDA party. Leo. I think a guy knows him. Anaitwa alikuwa amesimama California. Kagai. Do you know him? Anaitwa Mohamed sijui what. Alikuwa amesimama in UDA with the UDA ticket California. The word he uses that today the DP is in town. Nikauliza DP, Gachagua. He told me no, Ruto. So I remembered that DP is William Samoei Ruto. So this guy amechukua Wakikuyu for a ride, ama watu wa mountain wamebebwa for a ride. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the president, the other day alikuwa where? Mombasa, na hakuongea any politics, but before atoke kwa kiti aliambia Wakikuyu, watu wa mountain, please, I know this guy vizuri sana. Hakuna place ameweka Wasapere ama watu wa mountain. That means we have a big problem. Na it's good watu wajue, this is our time now as Jubilee people. Tuende huko na tuwaambie ukweli ndio waweze kujua the way to go. Because if we don't do that, wataendelea kudanganywa, wengine watakuja pia wakiwadanganya. But our party for Mount Kenya people is Jubilee. And that way I'm happy to be in Jubilee.
Sawa, Mheshimiwa Diba, hold your thoughts. You'll have a chance to continue. Just on the same issue, I will bring in now the big brains of Wakili. Just before we bring in Mheshimiwa Kagai, Wakili, please talk to us, sir. What do you make of the selection committee? These UDM MPs, they are very, very active in their public. Why doesn't Ruto see them as good enough people to represent his team in a national dialogue? And now that they are not represented, who will carry the agenda of the one man, one vote, 1 shilling to the Mount Kenya people? Wakili, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you sana Mheshimiwa Luta. Today, as
Yes,
a
sir.
young Kikuyu young man, I'm sad and vindicated at the same time. I'm vindicated because my message to the youth and to the Gema people has always been that the Jubilee Party is the only party that has the interest of the Gema people at heart. Today what has happened has vindicated my idea and my philosophy that UDA is a tuk-tuk party. Because a tuk-tuk has only one driver. They told us that when you have a driver, you have a co-driver. Today I'm vindicated that the driver of the tuk-tuk is one William Samoei Ruto, who has no interest of the Kikuyu people. He's the only driver and he wants to take the tuk-tuk in the direction that he wants to take it. On the issue on why I'm sad today, it's because that the politics and the laws that are there, Section 3 of the Political Parties Act, states that everyone has the right to participate in the policies of a political party. And they told us that the UDA party is the party of the Kikuyu people. Why are they politically marginalizing the Kikuyu nation? This is because that they are done with the Kikuyu people. They are done. We give them the votes and now they have left us in the open. But the good thing is that our home, the Jubilee Party, is still a big home where everyone is included. And if we continue to voice our ideas to our people, they'll come back to our house, they'll leave the tuk-tuk party. Because in short, what has happened today, it is the proverbial Swahili man who said that, usilete njaa kwa njugu za starehe. That's what the president has simply told. Munaleta njaa kwa njugu za starehe. Let us, we as the Kikuyu people and the upcoming leaders, guide the next generation of leaders. That the only party that has the interest at heart is the Jubilee Party. It is the Jubilee Party that is going to take our interest forward. And on the issue of what was the question that you asked again, Luta?
I just asked who will carry the badge, who will carry the flag, the banner for the Mount Kenya people? Because here on this channel and even on other platforms, the Mount Kenya people have been agitating for the one man, one vote. Who will carry this banner to the national dialogue?
There is no one. There is no one. You have been excluded. It's clear. It's clear that the person who thought is the co-driver in the government is out in the cold, because the president is running the government as if it's his own. He has been able to manage the economy, and now he's not able to manage politics. That's where we chip in as the custodian of the Kikuyu interest. And whatever has happened today simply means that the Gachagua cannot be the kingpin of the central people, because simply
Very
a kingpin means someone.
I agree with you on that.
A kingpin means someone who is in central in driving a certain operation. The operation of the Kikuyu interest regarding Gachagua simply failed. Yeah, I rest my case.
Sawa sawa, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Kagai, just a unique question for you, sir, because you have actually been together with some of us here, Kamunya, Ndiba, and the rest. We have actually been in the fight, in the trenches, to keep hold of our Jubilee Party. One of the reasons why, do you think this is one of the reasons why they wanted to kill the Jubilee Party, so that the Kikuyu people are muzzled and they do not have a way to express their disappointment or anger with this government? Mheshimiwa Kagai, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Luther. Thank you so much for the opportunity and even the depth of the wealth that you guys are speaking from. And I want to agree with you that there has been a grand scheme to ensure that the Mount Kenya empire is desegregated. So it must be split into pieces, so that might, that voice, that authority that it had been speaking with, it has to be checked. Actually, there is a famous clip that goes around for many years. Actually, it was during the 2007 elections, before the campaigns. There is a clip that Ruto is speaking to an audience. You cannot understand which audience he was speaking to, but the fact that he was not speaking with his mother tongue as he uses when he's speaking to his people, it means it was a different community, whether it was a Luo, a Luya, a Kamba, or something else. And he's telling them something very, very important for any Mount Kenya person right now on our age to think about. He says, and I quote, "You people don't have a problem with Kikuyu like us." Okay?
I can actually attest. I've listened to that clip.
Let me finish. Then
yes, I'm leaving. You continue.
It comes a time where you must separate issues. First, you go take the government, which will help you sort the things that are concerning you. And from 2007, the guy has been chasing only one dream: to get the government so that he can deal with these people that he has a problem with, a big problem, more than any other community. And that is what is happening now. So if you want to know what's happening today, then go to that clip and listen to it and understand the concept by which this man was speaking. It's a revisit of whatever he had spoken that day, that you people don't have a problem with Mount Kenya like I do. But there comes a time where you have to separate issues. You pretend to be a good person. You pretend to be a friend of that community. You pretend, as long as you become one of them, when you get power, then you turn against them and deal with them because you have a problem with them. So what you're saying, the passion to kill Jubilee, it was a statement that this community must never speak from their own voice. It must be subjected to some checks and balances because it is too powerful for any other person. Now, that is the issue about Jubilee Party. Now, today, I would like to reason with you guys. You know, you're saying that Mount Kenya was not factored in among the 7, right? But no, it was factored. Actually, we have Tharaka-Nithi in there. There's a man, MP for Tharaka. He was selected.
Yeah, I've actually seen that.
But, yes, but what touches my mind is this. Jubilee Party, a Mount Kenya associated party, nominated Kainan, a Somali. How would
Yeah, that
Kenya
is another
Kwanza
very funny
nominate?
discussion.
You understand? How would Kenya Kwanza nominate a member of Jubilee
Jubilee
Party,
Party.
which is in a coalition with Azimio, and then it doesn't even pick from Mount Kenya within that party? And you know, the people who have a problem with Jubilee Party, the renegades, are Mount Kenya people. So Rigathi Gachagua, who doesn't want to see Jubilee Party standing, has sat down and allowed the president to nominate a person who is not from Mount Kenya but from Jubilee Party. That is one thing. Another thing I want you to understand.
It is because he does not have powers.
Exactly. Yes. One thing you need to understand, it's another statement that I want you to listen, that at this time, every community has a problem with Mount Kenya. Every community in this country. Even Mount Kenya itself, it has a problem with itself. And that Mount Kenya doesn't realize that the problem they have with themselves, it's a foreign problem. The young people have been incited against the old. The rich have been incited against, the poor have been incited against the poor. My friend, this thing, the way it is going, the beneficiaries are very far from Mount Kenya. So I look at a situation whereby today's 7 aside, 7 for Azimio, 7 for Kenya Kwanza, there is no agenda that will be talked about that is from Mount Kenya. Let me assure you that. Another statement that I got from this selection panel, my friends, you need to think deeper. This is a man that I'm saying, don't lose sight of an MP from Tharaka being appointed in that. And there is a man who was so vocal, he's called Ishongwa. Ishongwa was promoted by the DP to be the second most powerful person in Mount Kenya, right?
Yes.
But now Ruto has picked Tharaka. What does that say?
Yes.
It says that Ruto is not even considering to work with Gachagua. His mind is working with the CS for Interior. This is his MP. So another statement has been sent to Mount Kenya. As Gachagua and Ishongwa fight with Ndindiyoro, now another conflict has been introduced by the president himself about the conflict between Gachagua and Kindiki. You understand? We have MPs in Nyeri, we have MPs in Murang'a, we have MPs in Kiambu, but none of them made to the panel. Because why? The president can see the intention is to build a force within Mount Kenya, which the president Ruto doesn't want. So he had to go to Raka, create a conflict between the CS Interior DP. Think about that.
Yes, I really appreciate that submission, sir. It has been very insightful. Mheshimiwa Ndiba, Mheshimiwa Kamunya, you are back. Mheshimiwa Kamunya, I'll give you another chance to expound on your ideas even more.
Maybe I would just say 2 things. Number one, let us not lie to ourselves. Even just diverting a little bit from the topic, we can actually see that there is no goodwill from the Kenya Kwanza regime to go on with the intended negotiations. That is coming out very clearly. I don't know whether it is not, it should be very clear in everybody's mind that the Kenya Kwanza regime has no goodwill with the negotiations that are coming. Why do I say so? For example, when you look at the nomination of Aden Kainan, who is a Jubilee member, Jubilee is in Azimio, but Kenya Kwanza is going way ahead to nominate Aden Kainan from Jubilee. And you know, one of the issues that Azimio is presenting is the issue of Kenya Kwanza buying out MPs, buying out members of parliament to their camp so that they can choke whatever they want, whenever they want. So what does that show you? That shows you that there is no goodwill in this. And what we need to do, what I would say as a young person from Mount Kenya, is that we, as Mount Kenya people, we need to call the bluff. And if these negotiations are to continue, they need to continue outside parliament so that we can also have a voice. Because even the Jubilee, the part of Jubilee that we are in, you will also understand that most of the members of Jubilee auctioned themselves to UDA. So we do not expect fairness. I am not sure whether, even if any one of them was chosen, I am not sure whether they'll be bidding for us. What does that? What now that now shows us is that if these negotiations are not going to go on outside parliament, then Mount Kenya, which is the most vote-rich region in this country, will be excluded, and no one will be there for us to actually push our issues to be heard. So I will not have much. Maybe that is my only concern. Thank you so much.
Just to emphasize on the point that you said, Mount Kenya region is politically, financially, and economically, and in many other senses, Mount Kenya is a leading region in this country. Mount Kenya region has the highest number of entrepreneurs in Kenya, and definitely when there is anything that is called a national conversation, there can be no national conversation without the voice of the people of Mount Kenya. And for that reason, I'm actually of the same opinion as Philip, that the UDA or the Kenya Kwanza regime are not taking the talks very seriously. But that is not a big deal, because Kamunya, we know where we'll find them. Or actually, just to put something in there, on Sunday, Azimio la Umoja has already called a public engagement in Kamkunji. So I don't think we should be very worried about that. If Kenya Kwanza does not want to meet us halfway and discuss Kenyan matters on the table, we will have to discuss Kenyan matters in the streets. Mheshimiwa Ndiba, it's up to you now.
But a minute, wait, before you go, don't be that fast, huh? Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Let me put this one there. These guys are very serious with the talks. Don't mistake, they are very serious with the talks. But they are very serious to keep the nation away from the real issues. Number two, if you read politically, their side of 7 has come after Azimio side of 7. All right? I can tell you for sure these talks will not be in parliament. Today, what I saw Kenya Kwanza doing is buying time to think about what Azimio want to do outside parliament. And you can see the heavyweights, the so-called heavyweights, the Togeges, you know, Togeges are the heavyweights. The Togeges have been slaughtered for the out of parliament engagement, but they don't want to tell you they are ready for it. They don't want to tell you they want it. I told somebody, UDA wants a handshake more than Azimio. It is in the best interest for UDA, for Raila and Ruto to do a handshake, because they have been clueless from the beginning. They have been rudderless from the beginning. They don't even know how to run a government. They thought the government is a wheelbarrow. They have realized this thing has 1 million gurudumus. See, gurudumu moja. Right now, they are trying to show themselves strong, only to tell you that they are so weak. Me, I can tell you for a fact. These people want a handshake yesterday, but Azimio are putting the real issues on the table. Before we do a handshake, before we talk about IBC, let the fuel prices come down. Let the food prices come down. Let the electricity come. That is the discussion they don't want, because they don't know how to bring these things down. But they are very serious. But the seriousness is to keep the people of this country away from the real issues. That is how they know. They are good liars that they can tell you, look at this side when they are going on the other direction. Watch out.
Yeah, I want to appreciate Mheshimiwa Kagai's perspective. That is why this is not an echo chambers. This is a place where everyone can express their ideas because we are all intelligent young men. And for that matter, Mheshimiwa Kagai, if I look at it from your perspective, I also see a lot of sense. So, Mheshimiwa Ndiba, I'll give you another chance to go again. Give us your thoughts, Mheshimiwa Ndiba.
Thank you. Mawazo yangu yako tofauti sana. But
Yes.
I appreciate the way watu wamekuwa waki out their views. Like the way Kagai ameiweka, it is very true. Hao watu wanaitaka handshake kuliko vile watu wengine wanaitaka. But at the same time, I don't know ni nini tunaweza tukafanya, because the real issues za Mount Kenya hakuna watu ambao wataweza kutackle. Even if kuna outside the parliament, I don't see, unless sasa tukue na kina Kioni na kina Madhakarua waweze kuongelelea mambo ya Mount Kenya. The rest, hata kama ni hiyo side ingine ama hii side, sioni tukiwa na watu. Because even if we give Jubilee people somebody like Sabina Chege, na ndio wakutuuza wa kwanza, do you think anaweza kuongelea interest za watu wa Mount Kenya? Somebody like Kimani Ichung'wah, do you think anaweza ongelelea interest of Mount Kenya? The best people wale ambao tungekuwa nao even in parliament ndio wale watu walifungiwa nje. They did not get a chance to be inside the parliament. One of them like Kioni, Jeremiah Kioni. Na kulikuwa na more people, Judy Jomo, wale watu walikuwa more vocal in Jubilee. Hatuko nao. Now, I think we got a big problem ile ambao sijui ni nani anaweza akasaidia. Unless now we go to the street, ndio tuweze put things, tuseme this is what we need, like hii mambo yetu ya sufuria. Without that one, naona tukiwa na problem. I see a big problem ile ambao tuko nayo, na sijui nani atatuokoa. I think for now tunaelekea kuwa marginalized, ama tushafika already.
Sawa Mheshimiwa Ndiba. I think I want to appreciate those that I can see some people are watching live. Asanteni sana guys for your support. Please, if you are watching live and you want us to highlight to your views, please leave your views in the comments, and
where are you going? Kamunya?
Yes.
You're coming.
So, Mike imepotea ya
Nani wako na gitaa hapo? Ama ni success card inalialia hapo ndani na jamaa amemeza mic.
So I think now we can give just to expound on the same, Wakili, you can have the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Kamunya. And on this issue of dialogue, I believe that UDA or Kenya Kwanza administration has started on a wrong footing. Because like how Mheshimiwa Luta has put it, Mount Kenya people have more interest and they put more in the national basket compared to other regions. So that means that in this dialogue, they have more interest to discuss about. Because if it's a matter of stopping the protests, the Mount Kenya people who are affected, they are the business people, especially in my area, Starehe. If they are Mandamano, they are the people who are affected the most. That means that their interests should be at stake when coming to discuss these matters of moving forward or bringing together a national consensus. So I support Mheshimiwa Luta that Mount Kenya people bring more stake to the national basket, and their interest should be considered in this dialogue. And that's being the case. That supports my idea that the UDA party has started this dialogue with the wrong footing, even in matters of law. Like Mheshimiwa Kagai has put it, you cannot appoint Adan Keynan as a representative of the UDA party, being a member of the Azimio coalition. You are just poking holes on your. That's even not a good negotiation skill, because you have already intimidated the process. You have already shown you do not have the goodwill to come up with this process. So I believe that UDA party has started this process with the wrong footing, and I think the only way to go, like Mheshimiwa Diba has said, the only way to go is the street route. Because like I've already said, this party, the UDA party, is a tuk-tuk party. It already has one driver. And we have to find our spot. We have to come up with our own vehicle to make the way clear, to move forward. And in terms of marginalization, like Mheshimiwa Diba said, these people are already trying to marginalize the Kenya people. But mind them, the Red Army is here. The Red Army is out, and I don't see that being the case. So as we move forward, I wish that the People's Baraza happening in Kamukunji comes up with a good resolution that will see the interest of our party, the interest of our coalition, and the interest of our people being put forward. Asante sana.
Allow me to put my mind on the Mount Kenya again once, eh? Bona Kamunya.
You can go.
Okay, thank you. Now, there is a statement I want to remind you. It was spoken, I think, by the Prince of UAE. That's when it's the content that I saw. And it says,
but
it says, tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy time. And easy time create weak men. Weak men create tough times. You see that cycle? In Mount Kenya, when you come to pre-colonial times were very hard because they had lost their lands. They had lost their young people, their resources and everything to the colonialists. But when those days were so hard, the young people of that time became hardened and decided to move with a very, very strong voice and reclaimed the country back. So the tough time created tough men who took over and went to the fields, to the forest, and took back our nation. Those people were very, very strong. In 20 years' time, they exited the scenes of politics in this country. Because those tough men then created a very, very good time for this country. In that good time in Mount Kenya, if you remember, another phase of tough times in Mount Kenya was when now the president Mzee Kenyatta rested. It is Mount Kenya who actually proposed for Moi's presidency. But because they were in a comfort zone, they were in a very easy time. There was no threat in their life. So they could even play with the seat of power as they wanted. So they gave it to Moi. And they said, this is a young fool. This is not a wise man. Waja tumpatie kidogo. Tufiche kwa kidogo. But the moment he took power from 1982, he consolidated his authority. And the Mount Kenya started feeling the pain. So the weak men created another tough time under the 24-year rule of Mzee Moi. Those people then again became tough through Akina Matiba, and then again came and fought for this country together with Raila Odinga, and then again restored back order of this country. And then through Kibaki's time, then we went into another easy time for Mount Kenya. We can play again with the seat. We don't even have much to do. But Post-election violence triggered another conflict within Mount Kenya. Again, Mount Kenya came back together. Now, this is what I have come to realize. Mount Kenyans don't vote for somebody because they love them. They vote because they are afraid of something or they hate something. Mount Kenya is a rebellious community. And through their rebellion, they even mess up their own interest, trying to please an external power. So at the times that we are in, I can foresee a very, very tough time for Mount Kenya in these 5 years. But at the end of these 5 years, within these 5 years, there will be created a very, very strong generation of Mount Kenya who will again rise up with a lot of power and authority and reclaim back their space. Because Mount Kenya, you can joke with them, you can even divide them, you can fight them, you can bribe them. But the moment they decide, we can't continue like this, they pull very, very fast together and then they strike. So Ruto may think that he has managed to desegregate Mount Kenya, break it into pieces. But in a year's time, when they will look and see there is no more options apart from coming together, now they will come together not because they love each other, but they will come together because now they will hate the person who messed the Mount Kenya. And together they will react. So I can see the Red Army, if well positioned, young people, if well positioned, we will be the people who will bring back order and dignity in Mount Kenya. We may not know how, but God has given us a party called Jubilee Party. We fight for it. We have a party leader, Uhuru Kenyatta, who has given us space, and we have a captain called Jeremiah Kioni. These are the people who will be guardians or custodians of that move. That we are calling Sufuria movement, the Red Army. The moment we shall now consolidate, let me tell you, will be more lethal than ever we have ever been. Because Mount Kenya, you can fool them. But the moment they become wise, they strike like a wasp.
Thank you so much for the insightful remarks. Oh, Jeff Ruto has come back. Jeff Ruto had actually intimated that he is getting lost. But we thank God that he is now here.
Guys, I've just come back to say goodbye. My closing remark would be, asanteni sana guys for this spirit that we are showing. Let us keep fighting for our party leader. And today, just before I go, I would like to say that there are some Jubilee MPs today who showed the party leader respect and they did not go to State House. Nataka niwapatie kongole, but the future will see. We have a meeting on Sunday at Kamkunji. Let's see if they will turn up. But we really welcome them back home. Asanteni guys, Mimi, I'll be out for now because my battery is low. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much. Now, we are coming to a close, but I would wish that I give you 30 seconds each to conclude. And I want you to keep in mind, there is a press release that Azimio released just in earlier today. We will be having a town hall meeting in Nairobi on 13th April 2023, and this one will be followed by a public baraza in Kamukoji grounds on Sunday. So as you conclude with your 30 seconds, would you tell us what you think about this as you conclude? Just a view, just your view on it. If you can go on, Wakiri.
Yes, on the town hall meeting, I believe that our party leader, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, will give a clear way. Na baba ni baba, akisema venye atasema ni sawa. Sisi kama vijana tuko nyuma yake and we are ready to follow because we know clearly that Raila Amolo Odinga has the interest of our party at heart. So whatever the direction he gives us, that's the direction we're going to follow, because we believe that the directions has the interest of the youth, the party, and the Kikuyu nation. And in conclusion, I would like to say thank you so much for this platform, and I hope that we continue engaging more coming forward. And to remind the young people from Nairobi and Mount Kenya region as a whole, as the days are moving on, we are seeing the lies that have been told by this administration. I want to remind you that East or West, home is the best. and home is the Jubilee Party and the Red Army. Asante sana.
Thank you so much. So, Mheshimiwa Kagai, it seems like this was just to buy time to stock some tear gas. At least from my perspective, can you go as you expound on your 30 seconds?
I would like to say in my 30 seconds that Raila Odinga is a person who loves this country very much. He respects cultures, religion, and everything. So when there was a call for us to lay low, he took that. And then again, he's a gentleman. When the guy in State House realized that he's out of tear gas and the people are going to eject him from State House, he pretended to create an opportunity for dialogue, just so that he can save face. But Baba being the magnanimous, with a magnanimous heart, and him being Baba, who loves the country, he said, yes, let us reason together. But we can see how the Kenya Kwisha is coming. They have hidden cards within, but we don't care. On Thursday, we are going for a town hall. The country, the people hold the last decision. Remember, our constitution vests all the power to Mwananchi. So whether they are elected, they exercise indirect power. But when we decide to take that power and exercise it directly, we are protected by the same constitution, because the constitution has come to govern us, but we exist even before the constitution. So on Thursday, the town hall, on Sunday, the baraza, we are going back to the people, telling them, these people we are going to sit with. But remember, our issues are 1, 2, 3, 4. So you guys, thank you. As I sign out, I know we have a brighter future. Keep your heads up.
Thank you so much for those brilliant views. Mheshimiwa Diba, what do you make of the town hall?
Thank you very much.
Baraza?
When Baba says right, we go right. When he says left, we say we go left. Town hall, let us go there tukiwa watu wengi zaidi and make sure watu wanafurahia na wanaenjoy. To the barazas in Kamkunji, wote tufike huko. And for you guys, wacha tuendelee kuwasha moto. Let us keep, na niseme kama wakili, home is best. Home is the best. Jubilee, hapo ndio mahali tuko mbele pamoja. God bless you.
So thank you so much, our viewers. I think I won't have much because much have already been said. We hope to continue with these conversations on a daily basis. We hope that these conversations will be insightful and will be guiding us and making everyone else know the state of our Kenyan politics. So thank you so much. For the viewers, you can continue to follow us, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel so that you'll be notified whenever we are having a conversation. Thank you so much. So for the guests, asanteni sana. That was a nice conversation. May we meet tomorrow, same time, same hour. Asanteni sana.
God bless
We are
you.
out.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.